this is kind of insane. Couldn't quite make it up. Although, I mean, people have been onto this kind of thing for a while. It's just like, I remember having a conversation with someone privately a few days ago about Jill Stein after the AOC clip criticizing Jill Stein. And this person said to me, like, oh yeah, I think Jill Stein's a Russian operative. It's like, it's just becoming quite normal to think like, yeah, maybe they are doing that. Yeah. But damn, Tim Pool. And the reason Tim Pool has become such a big part of this is one, because he is absolutely molding. Since yesterday, he has been absolutely molding about these implications because he's a very proud boy. He's also quite dense. He has put out a whole tweet saying that he was actually a victim in this because he didn't know that he was getting paid $100,000 a stream to do the bidding of the Russian state and getting paid by them for it, deceived in their victims. I mean, yeah, if that, okay, that's fine, Tim. Then admit that you are too incompetent to be a political commentator. You cannot accidentally do propaganda and get paid for propaganda by a foreign adversary. Like, you have no credibility. Sorry. He deleted that tweet. No, this is the new tweet. The other one got community noted because they kept on saying it was a leaked indictment. It wasn't leaked. It came from the DOJ. Like, yeah. So, and I guess the question is that Tim Pool obviously brands himself as a very independent thinker and all that. And it's possible that people can just independently support Russia. We'll get to that as well. But with Tim Pool, I did notice he was a bit more on the nose recently. He was a bit more on the nose. He made that video that we were supposed to watch. We were supposed to watch this video for the last 2 days and we never got around to it. But this is a clip from it. This is the clip from it with him talking about his opinions on Ukraine. This is his response to the Kursk region attack by Ukraine. Ukraine pushing into Russia's borders. The counteroffensive, right?
But I don't know that it matters anymore. This is psychotic. Ukraine is the enemy of this country. Ukraine is our enemy, being funded by the Democrats. I will stress this again. One of the greatest enemies of our nation right now is Ukraine. They are expanding this war. Now, don't get me wrong. I know you've got criminal elements of the U.S. government pushing them and guiding them and telling them what to do. Ukraine is now accused, a German warrant issued for blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline, triggering this conflict. Ukraine is the greatest.
The Nord Stream pipeline was what triggered the conflict? Okay. You can tell he doesn't actually care that much about this issue, actually, because he doesn't know anything about it. He doesn't even know the basics. Like, what the fuck?
Threat to this nation and to the world. We should rescind all funding and financing, pull out all military support, and we should apologize to Russia. And they know it.
Apologize to... Is that a fact, Tim? Who must go? Who's getting funded by dubious sources? To engage in malign activity? Tim! I don't know if the outrage is fake because Tim is always like... He always sounds like that. He always sounds like he's overperforming. But, you know, God damn it. Tim Pool. Yeah. What's that? Apparently this is an old clip of him. What's this?
So what happens with social media, particularly YouTube, where it's really easy, you can have a foreign agent or even the government or some corporation or whatever say, this guy talks about things that we really like. Dump ad money into his channel through Google AdSense and they'll never know we were the ones funding him and you can't prove it.
So do you think that's something like YouTube should be looking into, or somebody should audit YouTube for that kind of information?
Definitely.
If it's foreign?
You think YouTube's in on it?
I don't think YouTube's in on it. I think YouTube doesn't care.
Yeah.
And as long as journalists don't call them out for it, they're not going to say anything.
That's going to cause another adpocalypse. Are you ready for that?
That's the big problem. But I think I've said it a million times. If they announced that they were going to like ban Twitter, I would lose my account. I'd be like, dude, Twitter's terrible.
Yeah,
get rid of it. Just get rid of it.
I'm
half
humanity.
kidding. Like,
no, it's bad for us.
You know, but if I found out that someone was secretly funneling money through AdSense to my channel, I'd be like, cut it all off. I don't care.
Well,
I'll go sleep in a
might
ditch.
have some news for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've looked at like we kind of addressed this with you the last board meeting we had about.
This is an old clip, by the way. Yeah.
Certain sites like syphilisdating.com and
which don't go
nothing
to it.
to
by
do
the
with
way.
it.
Don't go to
Sounds
any
wonderful.
of these sites that we talk about.
well,
right now.
it does because it lists
What the
your
heck?
brother and you as the owner. And there's a series of 55 URLs like antifahub.org.
Oh, interesting.
A lot of them are packed
Oh,
with
Antifa.
malware.
Oh,
A lot
it's
of them are
Antifa.
packed with, they have security reports.
Yeah, but
in them.
what does that have to do with me
I
or
don't
YouTube?
know. I'm saying I
Yeah.
don't know, but you should look into it.
I mean, for Tim Pool, the best case scenario for him should be that he is completely discredited and has to go and give skating lessons to kids, right? Like you can't be a political commentator with an audience with this level of incompetence. You can't do it. I mean, I would have said all this before any of this came out, obviously, because Tim Pool is ridiculously uninformed. And in a sense, you could even say he's like, over-informed in the sense that he fucking believes a whole bunch of shit that's not even true. Apparently, I should check his latest tweet. Okay, what's he saying now? Is this when he's pretending to simp for Ukraine now? Because his followers can easily spin this into like, this is the same massively corrupt DOJ that's pursuing Trump, right? That Biden instructed them to go after Trump, even though this is also the same DOJ that's going after Biden. By the way, Hunter Biden made fucking way less in Burisma over a period of years than these guys have made in 1 year working for the Russians unwittingly, supposedly. I'm trying to be generous to them by saying they did it unwittingly. This is him now. Upon reflection, I now understand that Ukraine is our greatest ally. As the breadbasket of Europe and a peace-loving people, we cannot allow the fascist Russians to continue their crimes against humanity. We must redouble our efforts and provide an additional $200 billion at once. He's so mad. He is so mad. I just want to know. I want to know what the communications were between, because they don't say much about Tim's communication. Apart from that, he asked once for a profile on this Gregorian guy. I keep on wanting to say Chalokian. He's so Pisco. Nice meme. Can you show us your comms with the Tenet and their reps? Please release all internal comms concerning Tenet or your contact with them. Are you going to be giving back your tainted money to the US government or a Ukrainian charity? Thanks. I once heard Tim Pool being described as a chaos journalist because he is very much like the Russians would see him as like the number one guy to be a commentator for them because he's a mess. He's all over the fucking shop. I've seen in the past of him doing videos about a particular social issue and he'll read an article about it, but he'll read a part of the article. He'll start reading a section that actually contradicts his overall narrative and he'll just like stop the sentence and then skip over. I've seen a few. I think Timba on Toast has a really good compilation of him doing that. Like he's obviously massively audience captured. He's obviously like he loves the money and all that. He loves sitting there in his beanie bunker. What's the people screaming about Trump working for Russia are the same people demanding social media censor information. Stop listening to these people. Joke's on you, Democrats. Trump's not working for Russia. I am. It's so pathetic. Bro, a really long time ago, I was considering watching Tim Pool for 1 week just to see what it was like. And I got through like 2 videos and it's just exhausting. I cannot imagine what it is like watching that person ramble in the way that he does and with the fucking apocalyptic stories every single time. And then at the end, he takes like 30 seconds to advertise his fucking buy gold bullshit or whatever. Like, or don't forget to subscribe on Timcast for the full episode. Like, bro, it's mental. It's so, also tomorrow it's World War III, Civil War. Like, fuck me. It's so much. It's so much. But that's it. You know, like, and maybe the Russians didn't pay him to have any particular opinion. They paid him because he had opinions that aligned with them anyway. That's the best case scenario for him. And that he was too unwitting to realize what was happening. Like, but that's it, you know? Like, but again, even if the Russians didn't pay him, you know, he'd still be doing that. He'd still be sitting there in his fucking skater mansion in the beanie bunker, going over some stupid article about some blonde girl who lost her job. She gets fired because she lost a beer pong game against a trans girl and complained that it wasn't fair because the trans person's arms were too long or some shit. And then he'll read this article, he'll get all the details of the story wrong, he'll infer a bunch of bullshit, and then he'll look at you so sincerely in the camera with the most sincere outrage, and he'll say, listen, I'm saying it. In 5 years from now, we shall have social credit scores in this country. There'll be a civil war, there'll be World War III, and a Trump landslide. No relation. I'm telling you. And it won't be because they're evil. They are evil. The Democrats are evil. But it will really be because of the people who saw what was happening and did nothing. This is what the Democrats want. Okay? They want open borders. They want puberty blockers. They want 19-month abortions. They want a safe and sovereign Ukraine. They want open blockers. They want puberty abortion. They want a safe and sovereign borders in Europe. No, fuck. They want open port. They want safety for Ukrainians to live in peace. What's happening? No. I'm a vessel. No. Well, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and go to timcast.com to get the full episode. And don't forget to buy gold. Don't forget to subscribe for your monthly supply of rations. And don't forget your gunpowder coffee. Same time tomorrow. He's just at every fucking day, man. Like, I can't do it. So that's the story about Tim Pool and the Moscow Menace. Like and subscribe. Buy gold. Buy coffee.